All right, pre-calc, we're going to rock this out. Get these going. I'm going to go very fast. First, we're going to talk coterminal angles, angles that end in the same place. We got the first one, negative 130. We're going down, negative 130. So let's remember that ends in quadrant 3. The coterminal angle, the angle that will end at the same place, is the positive side. Now, one thing about that, they should both add up to 360. So if I simply take 360 minus 130, I get, what is that, 230? And so this positive side will be 230. So a coterminal angle would be 230 degrees. Now, a second one, we can do this multiple times if we want, but a second one would be taking and doing a circle and then going 230. So that means we take the 230 and add 360, and we get 590. So a second coterminal angle will be 590, something more than 360. Okay, and we, to stay on the same page, we'll always add it to the positive. We can do it with the negative as well, but we're always adding it to the positive. Let's look at this next one. This next one's a positive angle, 280. Let's zoom in a little. 280. So what's the coterminal? Well, the coterminal is coming the negative direction. Okay, so 360 minus 280, that's just 80. So my coterminal angle is a negative 80 degrees. Negative direction. This is the positive direction. This is the negative direction. And now to find a second one to go along with that, we like to take the positive angle, add 360 to it, 0,416, so 640. Do we always have to do it to the positive? Not really, but because we want to be talking the same language, we do that. Take a look here. This is my coterminal, my negative angle. Where does it end up? By the way, this one ended up in quadrant 4. Where will negative 305 end up? Quadrant 1, because it goes the negative direction. It goes all the way around this way. It's a little short of 360, so 360 minus that will give us 55. And so the positive side will be 55. Let's add 360 to 55, go a full circle. We get 415, my second one. Oh, I wrote 515, that's just weird. 415. Okay, so 55 plus 305, get rid of the negative for a second. If you go 55 and 305 together, that should be 360. So one goes from the negative side, one from the positive side. This is going from the positive side. It ends up in quadrant 3. It's more than the 180 and less than the 270. So positive side, quadrant 3. So we're going to take 360 minus that, 245. I'm just going to cheat here. Oops. 115. So a negative 115 coming from the negative side, 115, plus the 245, that's 360. Now let's add 360 to 245, and we get 605. So two coterminals. One negative, you always have one of the three angles, the angle you start with and the two you write down. You will always have one negative, one positive, that add up to 360 if you get rid of the negative. And then you will always have a 360 plus the positive, and that's a second. What if we have radians? Okay, quadrant 2 right here. Okay, this goes out 7 pi. Now with radians, we want to remember that this is 1 pi. We start at 0, go around to 1 pi, and then we come all the way to 2 pi. Now to help us out, we have to convert to the denominator. 1 is 12 over 12, and 2 is 24 over 12. So that kind of helps us with what we're doing. If I want a coterminal, I want the angle that comes from the negative side around here. So together, this and that make 180. So I'll simply take 24 over 12 and subtract 7 over 12, and I'll get 24 minus 7 is 17 over 12 pi. And there's one coterminal angle, but oh, wait, it's a negative. Negative 17 over 12 pi. going around the other way. If you take 17 plus 7, you get 24. Now to find a second coterminal angle, I'm going to go full circle plus the 7/12. So that means 2 pi plus the 7/12. 2 pi is 24 over 12. So I'm going to take that 24 over 12 and add it to the 7/12. 24 plus 7 is 31 over 12. And there's my second coterminal angle. Okay, remember this one is a negative. Check here. This one went negative 5 over 3. So immediately I look and see the 3, so I think this was 1 pi, and this is 2. 2 times 3, 6, 2 pi. Okay, so now I can say, oh, what does this have to be going backwards? I want a negative direction, I want a positive direction. Well, if I went 5 over 3, and a full circle is 6, that means my reference angle here is 1 over 3. So there's my first reference angle. Now, if I want the second one, I simply take 2 pi, which is 6 over 3, and add it to 1 over 3 and get 7 over 3. And so there's my two angles. Two more. Then we'll finish up coterminal. All right, coterminal to here. Well, here's my denominator, so immediately I'm thinking 2 pi is 18 over 9, right? So that means my other coterminal is negative 8 over 9. Why? Because 10 plus 8 is 18. And then my second one is 28 over 9, because 18 plus 10 is 28. Boom. So I need two numbers, one positive, one negative. If we disregard the negative, those two numbers add up to 2 pi. So in this case, 18. And then add the 2 pi to it. Okay, this is a negative 5 over 6. So again, my first instinct, what is 2 pi? Well, it's 12. Denominator is 6. 2 times 6 is 12, so 12 over 6. So I went a negative 5. Okay, negative 5 over 6. By the way, that's in quadrant 3. Okay, just to give you a little picture. This would be 6 over 6 on the negative, and we'd be going 5 over 6, so we would end up right there. Okay, so what is the other side? If I went 5 that way, how many do I go this way to make 12? That's right, 7. 5 plus 7 is 12. And then if I add 12 to the 7, I get 19. So this first one is this blue line, and this second one is going a full circle and then the blue line. And there's a video for coterminal angles.